Learn English online at Best Training School.
Hi everybody, welcome to your 12th English class. Are you ready? Alright, let's start. Today we'll talk about simple past versus past perfect. Both are used to talk about past events, so which one shall we use? How do we form the simple past? With regular verbs, we add ed to the infinitive, walk, walked, or d if the verb already ends in e, smoke, smoked. With irregular verbs, we have to get them from the second column of their list. We use did with the infinitive to make questions, and we use didn't with the infinitive also to make negative sentences. So, we don't need to be worried if the verb is regular or not. We use the past simple tense when we are talking about a completed action, a completed event, a completed experience, or a completed duration. All this happened in a specific time before now. This time can be mentioned by a finished time words as yesterday, last week. For example, yesterday I got a plate. Or sometimes the time is known from general knowledge that's over. For example, I'm sorry I'm late. I didn't get up early. At any time, when we are talking about completed actions or situations occurred in a determinate past time, either a recent past or a distant one, we have to use the simple past tense. Yesterday I met my friend Susan and we saw a movie together. Yesterday is a finished time word. It's clear that the following actions must be in the simple past. To meet and to see are irregular verbs. Thus I should pick them from the second column of the list. I'm sorry, I'm late. I didn't get up on time and I missed my bus. In this sentence, there is no finished time word. But I can guess that we are in the morning and the person apologizes about his or her delay. When I got my license driving, you were just a baby. The same as the previous one, no finished time word mentioned. But it's understood that I'm talking about the date when I obtained my license driving. Where were you at 9 a.m.? I was at my office. 9 a.m. is a specific time before now. No way. We must use the simple past tense. Did she attend the meeting? No, she didn't. She was sick. The two people knew the time of the meeting. It's a past event and they used the simple past. That's enough for the simple past. How do we form the past perfect tense? It's composed of two parts. The past tense of the helped verb have, had, plus the past participle of any verb. The past participle is shown here by verb ed or 3. With regular verbs, we add ed to the infinitive or d if the verb already ends in e. With irregular verbs, we have to get them from the third column of their list. In this way, had and the past participle of the main verb are always used together to form the past perfect tense. Look at the timeline and check the position of both tenses. Firstly, they appear in a position before now. Secondly, We distinguish that the past perfect took place before the simple past. Therefore, when we'd like to emphasize an completed past action or situation occurred before another past action or situation, you have to use the past perfect tense. In writing or speaking, it doesn't matter which event is mentioned first, because the use of the past perfect makes it clear which one happened first. Let's check together the following examples. The house was quiet when I got home. Everybody had gone to bed. The time I got home is the nearest past action. That's why the sentence is in the simple past. However, everybody had gone to bed is the furthest past action. Chronologically is the first past action. Laura had made her bed before going to bed. The sentence is clear. The preposition before shows the classification. Laura had made her bed, then went to work. The maid had cleaned all rooms, then she left. This sentence also is similar to the previous one. The maid had cleaned all rooms before leaving. When the police arrived, the aggressor had already escaped. Even we have inversed the position of the whole sentence, the use of the past perfect in the second part of the sentence proved that the aggressor had escaped. Happened first, then the police arrived. She had checked every email just before the meeting started. It's clear which action happened first farther back in time. She had checked every email. Let's summarize this comparison. My father was a journalist during the Second World War. During this period in the past time, my father's occupation was a journalist. It's a past experience in finished time. On the other hand, my father had been a journalist before he became a teacher. Implies my father's occupation further back in time as a journalist. Then later he changed his profession and became a teacher. At 11 o'clock this morning, I stopped writing. At 11 o'clock this morning, I had written 10 pages. Both actions happened at the same time, at 11 a.m. The first one is a completed action at a specific point in the past. The second one focuses on the quantity of written pages at that specific point in the past. It means, since 11 a.m. up to now, I might have written more. Sarah studied Japanese at university. Sarah had studied Japanese before moving to Tokyo. Once again, both sentences are talking about Sarah's studies. The first one is a completed action at a specific point in the past. It highlights the place at university. The second one focuses on the specific time when Sarah studied Japanese before she moved to Tokyo. It means she studied first, then she left. These keywords may be useful to master the use of the simple past and the past perfect. It can help you to distinguish between their use. Some finished time words like yesterday, last year, and others can be used in both tenses. That's all for today. Thank you for attending the lesson. See you next class. Try to be on time. Goodbye.